Another day, another set of hills. In truth, day 48 was pretty brutal. It was 28 and a half kilometers in the end. By the time I made it to where I left the trail, I made it here to the Airbnb, which I had the pleasure of staying at overnight. The Norton Summit region is fairly under-accommodated when it comes to hikers, so I've had to leave the trail a couple of kilometers east. Directions are all over the shop. And yeah, settled up here. So it was a bit of extra walking last night, but for a bed and a shower and a cozy little accommodation, it's worth it. Even though I had to do that after an epic day. So I started out at Grandpa's campsite. That's just the name, it's not my actual grandpa. But my phone battery had died, or at least I thought it had, when I left the camp. So I've had to try and shoot some footage on the GoPro. So we'll see if I can get that to work. But the rest of the day was beautiful. The weather was the most ideal you can imagine for a day's hiking. So a little bit of cloud, a little bit overcast, so it was cool. But then the valleys and the hills glowed in the morning, midday and evening light. And one of the animals I hadn't seen so far along the trail popped up on day 48. The koala. I saw several koalas actually, perched in trees along the trail. I certainly heard them on the night of day 47. They are a noisy species. They sound like a jackhammer crossed with a chainsaw crossed with dinosaur. They are just the rowdiest bunch. But they look certainly very cute and cuddly, and very happy that I can tick that off the list of animals I've seen. That was heading into Montague Conservation Park, and from there I went to Morialta Conservation Park, which is just beautiful. I've been there umpteen times before, but I don't know, for some reason it looked so much better today. Maybe it's seeing the park through fresh eyes. Maybe it was because I was doing another trail of the many trails that are along that particular park. But yeah, to see Adelaide in all its glory from the hills of Morialta was perfection on a very long day. So I cut through there, and then I got to the Scenic Hotel, which, as you can imagine, looks pretty good. And made it in for the last quarter of the 2018 AFL Grand Final. And they had a little free sausage sizzle that I may have sent them broke on. I had a few. But they were lovely people, and so a shout out to the guys and girls at the Scenic Hotel. And so yeah, I had my schnitzel number 9, 10. I don't know where we're up to. There's been a few. It's probably going to be one of my last as well, because there aren't too many hotels or pubs or kitchens on the way down to Cape Jervis. So that might be where the number ends, unfortunately. But then after that I had to do a little bit of night walking until I got here to the Airbnb. So a very long day. My legs were very sore. Happy to have that one behind me, but the scenery was worth it, and I think the scenery is going to be worth it today because there's some more mountains, but there are some more, I think, conservation parks, national parks, should probably know, in between here and Woodside Activity Centre, which is where I'll be at the end of day 49. So quick, going so fast. Talk to you then.